What are some interesting or fun Christmas traditions you follow? I don't know if this is common in other parts of Canada, but in our small town the biggest event of the year is Boxing Day. Everyone packs into friends' houses to watch World Junior Hockey Championships opening game. No matter when it starts. As early as 5 a.m. if it's overseas. Then proceeds to drink hard from start of game all day until around 12 at night, when pretty much the whole town and everyone home for holidays piles into the town's only bar, bowling alley, to party hard and catch up with each other till last call. Capacity goes out the window. I'm talking shoulder to shoulder, people lined up outside trying to get in, nowhere to sit, nowhere to stand, packed. From underaged teenagers sneaking into grandparents. All ages show up in some amount. And everyone just drinks their faces off in a community-wide binge drinking party. The bar tried to shut down early one year and a riot just about broke out. Stuff was getting smashed immediately. Boxing Day boozing is a big deal here. It's a mainstay of this community. It's the biggest day of the year. It's the only time some friends and relatives ever see each other. At the bar/bowling alley below a used clothing store. It's trashy and I love it. It's gonna suck not partaking this year. It's going to break a 10-year tradition for me, and multiple decades tradition for some. My dad would conveniently have to take a 20-minute stump when myself/siblings were surrounding the tree, ready to open presents. This happened every Christmas we've spent together. Every year we have a Lord of the Rings marathon, extended editions too. I'd cry but LOTR always just screams Christmas to me lol. After my siblings and I grew out of the take a walk to look for the Christkindle age, to make time for my mum to place the presents under the tree, my family started to play SingStar duels instead. We were 4 kids, 2 parents, 4 grandparents and a varying amount of aunts and guests. And the winner of a duel got to pick a random present from under the tree and give it to the person whose name was written on it. We always managed to spread the wins even, so everyone had their turn picking. It made for a lot of laughter and positive energy. We make homemade Italian sausage. As in, cut the meat off the bone, grind it with an ancient hand crank meat grinder, spice it, hand mix it, run it through grinder again into casings. 100 pounds of finished sausage. I hate making it, but I wouldn't change it for the world. My family is a very traditional Italian family. Every year we celebrate the Feast of the 7 Fishes the day before Christmas Eve. We fry up calamari, squid and walleye or whatever else my uncles catch in Canada and eat them bitches. My daddy always told me that the reason we have a frozen pizza on Christmas is because the year I was born, I'm the oldest, my parents couldn't afford presents, food, a tree, nothing at all. But they had a frozen pizza in the freezer. I make gingerbread houses with my SO. But him single, so no tradition this year sadly. All the kids get gifts. While adults all put wrapped presents in a pile. They then draw numbers. Number 1 picks a present and opens it. Number 2 can then open a present or chose to steal number 1's present. Presents can only be stolen 3 times, then it is safe. It goes down all the numbers till every gift is open. And then the game is done. I have a tradition of not celebrating it. On Christmas Eve me and my family dress up in our Christmas pajamas and play putt-putt. Family Nerf gun fights on Christmas morning. New guns every year. Every year I try to help someone I know that might be having a rough time of things. Maybe by sending money for art supplies or helping them get gifts for their kids. My only rule is that they don't tell anyone I did it. I'm trying to help people out, not advertise that I'm doing it. Hell, I only mention it here because it was asked. I might not have a lot, but if I can use what I have to help someone less fortunate, I will. We have a horn on our tree and whoever remembers to blow it first wins. We have a light show every year with the lights of the tree with the music Joy to the World. Happy Cake Day BTW. Every year we would have a big family get together on Christmas Eve and open all the presents after dinner. Then on Christmas morning we would wake up to find out stockings and one extra present under the tree in gold shiny wrapping paper from Santa. We would spend the whole day with just my parents and siblings playing with our new gifts and watching Christmas movies. In Adelaide, South Australia, we have a Christmas pageant, much like the American Thanksgiving one, but Christmas. It's in November though, so it's not too hot for people to enjoy, and for us it kind of starts the season. Santa arrives at the end of the pageant and then heads off to the magic cave in the city where the kids can go and visit him in the lead up to Christmas. As a family we traditionally wait until pageant day has passed to put up the tree and other decorations. As kids, now my sister's kids, we got up super early on Christmas morning to see what Santa had left in our stocking. Then we exchange gifts between everyone else. Then we have breakfast, which is always eggnog and croissants. Then we dress up nice and have a roast lunch. The afternoon is spent enjoying your presents, watching movies, napping. Then dinner is leftovers from a lunch. We make homemade snowflakes and hang them all around the living room the Christmas tree is in, either from ceilings or walls or both. We also make a Christmas chain. Then Christmas Eve, we go drive around the fancy neighborhoods eating popcorn and drinking hot cocoa to look at their lights. Oh, and string popcorn. I don't know if it's fun or interesting, but every year, after all the kids have gone to bed and things are quiet, I read Amazing Peace aloud to my wife and she cries and gives me a kiss. It started years ago and it's one of my favorite parts of the day. Kind of a boring one, but my family all have McDonald's breakfast on Christmas dinner. I live in Denmark where Christmas is held the 24th, so I usually walk 24 kilometers from a point to the place where me and my family are holding it. We watch the original Star Wars trilogy every Christmas. Even when I'm not home and my siblings and dad are spread across the country, it makes me feel like Christmas at home again. Moses Lack has entered the chat. Just yelling and screaming about politics for 2 hours. As a kid, it was me waking up early and trying to sneak a peek at my presents. I have memories of being so stupidly excited seeing all my presents in a big pile next to the tree, then charging back into bed when my mum started yelling at me from hers. As I got older she would leave a VHS on top of the pile for me to open and watch, normally a new season of the Power Rangers, or a game, so she could get a few more hours sleep. I'd open my presents while she watched, we'd have breakfast. As I got older I was allowed to eat whatever snacks I got for breakfast. Then it was clean-up time, all the paper went in bin bags and everything I got had to go upstairs into my room and be put away. When I was very small I'd stay downstairs, play with a new toy while watching a new VHS, but as I got older, I realized it was safer to stay in my room. Mum would get so stressed about cooking lunch that anything could set her off. Her parents would arrive, eat, then vanish back to my cousin's house, then they'd come back in the evening to eat leftovers. I'd somehow end up with Mum being cruel to me for no reason, so I'd go hide in my room as soon as dinner was over. I mostly remember how freaking excited and anxious I'd get. Presents were so exciting, but I was always told I was a bad kid. I was always scared Santa would leave me cold. Then Mum would lose it and start hitting me for being bad. As an adult, I don't have any traditions. Just eat roasted food, which I never have, and do whatever. Last year we were with my boyfriend's family and we just ended up with all the kids playing on the Switch with us. He set up the newest DMC game for me on his Xbox One, but I couldn't play it there, it would have terrified the kids. This year it's just going to be me and him unless we get completely locked down like London, then it will just be me as he lives too far away to sneak to. In my family, we get new pajamas on Christmas Eve. Growing up, we were told that Santa wouldn't bring us presents if we didn't wear the pajamas that night. We also always get hot donuts from Krispy Kreme and go to one of those drive-through Christmas lights things. My extended family all sings Happy Birthday to Jesus. This is my own personal tradition, but I watch Die Hard at least 4 times over the holidays. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day are when I definitely watch it. I often watch it on other random days too when I'm in the mood. Guess my favorite movie, haha smile. On Christmas Eve my siblings and I always got to open one gift. It is always pajamas. We also always get takeout on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas morning for breakfast we make cinnamon rolls. We have Secret Santa every year at my work. A few years ago an employee came in with his wrapped in rope and duct tape. The goal was to make it as hard to get into as possible. We've kept the tradition going, and whoever receives the gift has to do it next year. This year, a co-worker of mine got my boss. He gave her a gift wrapped in a ratchet clamp and a full roll of flex tape. It took her an hour with a razor blade and scissors to get to her fluffy socks.